Ain't nobody else. Oh, I've been running. I'm talking left, right, left. Now that I got Jesus, I know I'm not by myself. There are times when you need someone. I will be by your side. Oh Lord, there is a light that shines special for you and me. 'Cause I am a living testimony. Could have been dead and gone, but the Lord let me live on. Oh, I am a living testimony. And I thank the Lord that I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I can see the light. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I can see the light. I'm still alive. Woke me up the morning. I'm still alive. Got me out the bed. I'm still alive. Gave me food to eat, y'all. I'm still alive. And a roof on my head. I'm still alive. Tried to take me out, y'all. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Oh, I've been running to the light.
Assalamu alaikum, family. Can you all hear me? Welcome to episode 7 of our power call. This is day number 7 of our power call. Brothers and sisters, let me know if y'all can hear me and see me. Today we will be doing part number 2 of a lecture that we was listening to yesterday from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So we'll be following up on part number 2. He spoke at the United National Indian Tribal Youth Conference, but he was speaking on the original people being gods and reminding us of who we are. So if you would like to join in over on Zoom with us and share your feedback directly with us, you can text the word nation to 833-276-7174. Again, it's on the screen. You can text the word nation to the number 833-276-7174. Now, what I've been noticing, family, is some of y'all actually text that in the comment section. You put nation 833. No, that's not what I'm saying. You got to get out your cell phone, type in the number 833-276-7174 and text the word nation by itself to that number, and it's going to send back the Zoom link and the passcode for you all to come directly on with us. So, not going to hold you all any longer. We're going to tune in to part 2 of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Did you hear me? Yes, sir. If you cannot trust my word, and I have no word, then your ancestors said they spoke with forked tongue. Isn't that what the ancestors said? They're speaking with the same kind of tongue today. They haven't changed. All the mineral strength under your land, they say, is $1.5 trillion. Where's the money that would allow you to build your own institutions, your own hospitals? It's under your foot. So what kind of education are they giving you on the so-called reservation? Do you think that a man who will not treat you right will teach you right? That's why you're not as productive as we could be. Under your charge is 3.1 million acres of arable land that could grow food. Look at yourself. You want to be physically strong. You can't be physically strong if you're not eating the best of food. And now on the reservation, if you are not growing your own food, somebody's growing food for you. And if they don't like you, they grow food that is killing you. And that's why you're coming up with all these diseases that your great-grandparents knew nothing about. So what should you be learning in school, young people? What should you be learning? First, you need to start with a correct understanding of history. I saw my Hawaiian family earlier today, and they showed me a newspaper almost 200 years old, and they gave me the translation of it. See how you lose. On your land, nearly 20% of your land is owned by those who are non-Indians. Did you hear me? Owned by others, worked by others. And the value of your land is taken from you, and you allow it. Well, yeah, but we have lease agreements. Yes, yes. That's why you got a lawyer here today. Because those lease agreements are not necessarily the best agreements. So you young people, you have to master the English language. It's not your language, not mine, but it's the language spoken in the United States of America and now all over the world. But to master it, you should make yourself a master, because that's who you are. If you can't say can't in any language, you are the original people of the earth, direct descendants of the Creator himself. You can't even find the origin of yourself on our planet. Did you hear me? The earth and the stones of the earth don't show how old you are. You came from the originator of the sun, moon, and stars. And as long as there has been an earth, your ancestors have been here. So take pride in who you are. And when you walk the earth, walk with a little heaviness in your foot. Because everywhere you step is yours. The scripture said, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And you are the Lord's that once owned it all. And now you're fighting for the little part that you have left. And as my Hawaiian sister spoke this morning, I looked at her, and I know that that land, as beautiful as it is, it belongs to the original inhabitants. But one by one, two by two, here they come. And after a while, you're pushed out, and they've settled in. I'm not saying you shouldn't welcome strangers to your land, but when strangers come and then own your land and drive you from your land and take the wealth of your land, that's not a stranger, that's an enemy posing as a friend. Your ancestors were warriors. You can't be little sheep that have no grit in you. Your ancestors knew that we could not defeat the newcomer unless we were united and one nation, tribes coming together. And as long as the enemy keeps us divided against each other, they will continue to impose their way of life on us. In closing, you need to become farmers. Take that arable land, and since you love Mother Earth and Father Sky, and Mother Earth loves you, then grow your food and grow it properly, not with the poisons that they're putting in the earth, in the water, in the air. When you violate the law of use by the law of abuse, then you forfeit your right to what you think you own. So the land is poisoned, the air is poisoned, the water is poisoned, and you young people are the inheritors of poisoned air, water, and land. So you have to work now to purify it. You can't purify it just by a prayer. You've got to get the requisite knowledge. You should go to school to study all areas of engineering so that whatever is under your foot, you can mine it out and bring it into your service and into the service of others. And after a while, you'll be into trade and commerce with your people all over the earth. They're waiting for us to rise and take our rightful and proper place. I thank God for Mr. Cook. He had a great vision, the unity of all of the tribes coming together. 10-10-15, October the 10th. The members at the Million Man March brought to Washington 20 years ago to atone to God for our failure as men to properly shepherd our families. Native tradition elevates the woman, but Western tradition tears the woman down. I looked at all these beautiful young women, and I thought to myself, everywhere that the male has been conquered, the female has become the prize of war. They call it booty. So we don't want our women to be the booty of other men, of other nations. No man is a man if he cannot protect his woman and provide for the children that she bears for us. So I think I'll stop here, and I'll take a few questions from you. And in closing, I can't tell you how much I love you. And it makes me feel so good as an elder who doesn't have as much time in front as I have behind, knowing that I had a chance today to talk to those who will be here when I'm gone. And I want to know that I'm leaving strength, that I'm leaving young people committed to the acquisition of knowledge, the requisite knowledge that will allow you to master your lands, and then come together and come to Washington. I know you met with our president. Well, he's the head of the House, titular head. The real head are the money people who buy politicians. That's real. And that's why most politicians can never do what you need done, because they have to pay for the people who buy them into office. I hope that kind of politics is not in Indian land. I hope we've learned that the people that should be in front of us are the people who are upright in character and love us enough, like Jesus said, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd will lay down his life for the sheep. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you. So, Miss Scott, there she is in that aisle. If you have a question that you'd like to ask of me, I'll do my best to try to answer it. But she has the microphone, so if you would step out into the aisle where Miss Scott is, and then give me your question. Oh, there's two. One on this side as well. Thank you.
So we have time for a couple of brief questions. So
Yes.
like Sassy said, we'll form two lines here and we'll pass it on. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for being here. My name is Lehaus Punatur of the Northern Arapaho and Eastern Shoshone Nations.
Yes.
Thank you for being here for our Native youth here. How can we, as Native Americans, the original owners of this country, get involved in the Million Man March and be there and join you in that day?
Oh, what a beautiful question. Brother, you and I are one. We are one. If you desire to come to be with us as we demand justice, not just justice for the black, but justice for the red. Because if justice for you is more difficult than justice for the LGBTY, justice for them is on the horizon. Justice for women who want equal pay for equal work, that's easier to accomplish than the justice that the Native Americans deserve. Your justice and our justice is linked together. So brother, come on. But I would like to see the Native community look at what you feel government can do to redress our grievances. Put that down. So when we come together in Washington, we can put before the government our grievance. And our unity will help us to get our grievances answered. You're welcome. Organize and then come on. Let's do it together. And if you'd like to help with a $1 donation to make it happen, go to justiceorelse.com. We'll be together, and together we will win. Thank you, sir. Well, I'll come over here. Yes.
Hello, my name is Sharenti Mishitashin Harris from the Narragansett tribe up in Rhode Island. And our elders and youth have all been inspired by you, so I would like to offer a short bit of song written by our elders and youth in our indigenous language, talking about our God and our ancestors at the Great Swamp Memorial.
I would love to hear it, sir.
The words mean, your spirit is washing over me, I know you are here. Kuna shawang kuchi sumau ongkumnin nui amgianau utgi sukwat Nui amgianau utgi sukwat. Thank you.
No, thank you. I cherish your presentation. I have chills on my body, just the beauty of what you offered. And I say to all of you, love your original traditions and learn your original language. And honor the names that your ancestors gave you. Not Jim Jones and Henry McGillicuddy and Larry Smith. Make them honor your ancestors by holding on to your ancestral traditions, and don't give in to somebody who wants to name you after them. You remember Muhammad Ali, the great warrior, boxer? How many of you heard of Muhammad Ali? Do you know that when he was Cassius Clay, his teacher gave him the name Muhammad Ali. Muhammad means one worthy of praise and praise much, and Ali means the Most High, named after the Creator. So when those people didn't want to call his name, he just threw a nice jab and hook. And then he said, "What's my name?" Make them respect your name. Yes, brother.
My name is Alonzo Bighorse from the Fort Hall Reservation, Shoshone Bannock tribes.
Yes, sir.
What of forgiveness? Or should we forgive those who are trying to poison us, or what?
Oh, thank you for such a question. See, when somebody's trying to poison you, they have an evil intention toward you. To forgive them is not to be on guard against them. So then what they did yesterday, they'll do it again today. See, you know, the Pope is now in South America. I'm sure you saw it on television. And what did the Pope ask for? What did he ask for? Forgiveness. Oh, forgiveness for what? For how the church came and destroyed the indigenous people, their culture, and killed them. You once dotted the land. I saw the names of all the states where you were in. Do you know how long you have been here in the Western Hemisphere? Did you know how you got here? You were here 10,000 years before the white man was made. Now listen, don't call me a racist. I refuse it. But why isn't the white man a native anywhere on our planet? He's not Native American. He's not Native Mexican. He's not Native South American. He's not Native African, Native Asian. The only thing he can say is Europe was my home, and we sent him there. We'll tell you about that sometime in the future. See, knowledge is power. That's why none of them can come to us and tell us that they've been here thousands and thousands of years. We know when you came. So brother, you can forgive if they seek repentance. You know, there are white people that may be here in this audience. You can be forgiven because you weren't here when all the evil was done, but you're the beneficiary of it. You didn't hear me. So you have to accept responsibility for what your fathers did. You know how they got O.J. Simpson, right? They freed him in the court for murder, and then they said what? He had responsibility. Well, to the whites, you have a responsibility to the native people. You are in your exalted position because they have been placed in an inferior position. You have a responsibility to help correct the wrong. So, I guess I have fulfilled my time, and my brother, if somebody's trying to kill you, you can forgive them, but then you've laid yourself open to a murderer. It's unfortunate what happened to our people in church in Charleston, South Carolina. See, they allowed a skunk into their holy sanctuary. Now, I'm using a language that you may wonder why the word skunk. Now, those of you who live in the fields, you know what a skunk is. It's a black and white creature that's very attractive. But don't try to pet it. And don't take it up in your bosom, because if it urinates on you, it's a little while before you can come back among society because you don't smell too good. And when the skunk is dead, the stench remains. And everywhere on the earth where black and brown and red and yellow have been colonized by Europeans, when they leave, the stench of their once presence remains. I've traveled the earth, and everywhere I went, where the native indigenous people were preponderant in their demographics, they were slaughtered. In the Caribbean, blood of native people were killed, ran like a river in some of the Caribbean islands. Go check it out. And here in America, a man comes and he knows it's winter, you want blankets, and he puts smallpox in a blanket to kill off the indigenous people. You can forgive. But the Great Spirit, he's not going to forgive. As a man soweth, the same shall he also reap. And that's what America fears today, because they've sowed the seeds of evil all over the earth, and now it's coming back in the weather. Check it out. He's getting a beat down from nature. Well, you may call it, what do you call it? Climate change? Yeah, but somebody's in control of what that climate is. So if you feel like you should forgive to make your heart ease, you do that. But if you're wise, you step back and say, I will forgive when you acknowledge your evil, repent of your evil, and atone for your evil, then ask me to forgive. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you. I love you all.
All right, let's give it up for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan from the Nation of Islam one more time.
There's a lot for us to dig into and listen to in that message. So if you are on the Zoom and would like to share something that stood out for you, go ahead and press the number 1. A lot of gems in that video right there. We're going to start with Sister Brianna.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, how is everyone doing today? Wow. Yeah, this video is powerful. I picked up so many things. One of the first things he said was walk with your shoulders up. And it made me think about when you walk and you are upright, like that rubs off on people and they acknowledge you. They're like, wow, that person, even just confidence, having your shoulders back, not hunched over. And then he said, all right, now it's out of order. But when that person was singing for him, I was like, wow, that's beautiful, because of what it signified, like what it symbolized, was amazing. And when he talked about don't let anyone take your language from you, or anything like that, him and the messenger have said that we know more and we can learn more about ourselves in our native tongue, even if we don't know it. So learn it. So that was really powerful. Oh, and then the part where he talked about the people in power, if you will, they'll never pay for our needs, what we need, because they're too busy paying for the votes so that they can still have their cycle of money coming. So that was strong. This is a real good video. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for always doing this, by the way. Let me take a quick moment to just thank you for all the hard work that you do. And your wife, I watched some of her videos. But it's really appreciated. thank you for the reminder text that it was sent back. Like, just thank you for everything that you do, because it really means a lot. And you are helping so many people. So thank you.
All praise due to Allah. Thank you for the acknowledgement and thank you for sharing. Next, we have Brother Javier.
Well, peace, family. The first thing is just powerful. The fact that that this black man, he teaching how he was speaking about how the original Native Americans, how they even got there. Like, I'm pretty sure it's some the people in that audience who didn't even know their history, like who didn't have a clue about none of that. And when he said it, they probably was like, what? So just like this black man coming to get them a little piece of game about who they are, like about they history, you know, like about how they originated. One, that's powerful. And then two, the next thing, how he said he got a chance, how he was just appreciative about the fact that he got a chance to, you know, speak to them. Even though he know that he got more years behind him than he got in front of him, so that you know, so like that word can pass on to the future. That you got to be like real selfless, like to feel like that. Because when I first started coming into the teachings, I was like really thinking about it in a more selfish perspective. Like, I got to get myself together to save myself, versus actually I might not be like physically alive to see the physical hereafter, but am I gonna let that keep me from doing, like, putting that work in, especially with like how, like, the burden that come with that? But that's just one thing I got from that, man. Like, the minister definitely a great man for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, yes.
What stood out for me is when the minister spoke about forgiveness, and he said that, you know, basically to watch people who have done you wrong, but if they ask you for forgiveness and they repent or seek repentance and atone, then you can forgive. And many of us are continuously being fooled by people. Many of us are continue to be messed over by people because we are simply forgiven. And it's good for us to forgive. You know, you don't want that weight on your mind, but you got to be careful about who you're forgiving. Because if you forgive and that forgiveness leads you to forget, that person will be a repeat offender. And even if you think about the Bible, many of us think that, oh, God is going to forgive us for everything. Oh, he says, he said, those who are called by my name, must humble themselves, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways. Then I will hear from them, forgive them, and heal their land. So it was a conditional word. It wasn't just, I'm sorry, God, and he's going to forgive me. No, he says, hey, those who are called by my name must humble themselves, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways. Then it's kind of like when mama say, hey, you can clean up your room. Then you can go play your game, man. Wash them dishes. Then you can go outside. So I like how the minister is teaching us about being also wise about forgiving our enemies. Next, we have Brother Fahim. Brother Fahim. There you go.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. First and foremost, let me piggyback off of what the sister said. Sister Brianna, hey, we appreciate you, Brother Ben, opening up your platforms and what you've been doing for years. The minister said a lot, man, you know, about names, land, but what stood out to me was, he said, whenever a people conquers another people and they deplete the men, the woman is always the prize. The woman is always the booty. And so I'm thinking, wow, I wonder if people are catching that in the Black community, that's exactly what is happening with this gender divide, right? The men are being emasculated. The men are being taken away. They've been being taken away for years. If you want to talk about welfare relief, whatever, they've been removed. But the woman is now the prize. And so I was like, wow, I wonder if people caught that. But that's what stood out to me. So yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. Next we got Brother Hakeem. You should be able to unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me, bro?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, brother, being along with everything everyone else was saying. First, I want to say thank you for sending me the Quran, my man. I was definitely thankful for that. The minister said a lot. The main thing that kind of stuck out to me was that he said the whites aren't never foreigners anywhere they go. They also always walk with that posture, and I work around them. I'm not racist at all, but everything he says is state facts. We definitely have to stand on our truth. My name is Hakeem always, but my dad's name is Byron. So there was times where I have to go by Byron just so I can make myself feel comfortable around them. And anytime somebody else comes in the building and it's another Jackson and they be like, oh, do you know him? Is that your cousin? It always punctures me in a way to where I feel like, man, I don't know that man. I've never met that man. It always goes back to me thinking like, dang, but again, they always walk around comfortable. They always feel like I had to change things in order to kind of fit in. I actually drew my locks out because I got tired of cutting my hair every time I wanted to do an interview and feeling like I had to blend in with them. So I thank you for everything you're doing. I did the Ramadan with you. I've done everything with you, bro. And I really, really, sincerely, I can't even say how much I thank you for waking me up, my man. And I'm older than you. I'm 38 years old, bro, but I have no problem saying I look up to you. I look up to a lot of men in the Nation of Islam, because there was once a time where I was looking up to people who we see now who was just leading us wrong, man. So keep doing what you're doing. I truly appreciate you more than what I can say, and just keep going. And I'm going to be right here with you the whole time, man. And everything you're doing is always noticed. It's recognized by me. And I love you, brother, for real. Thank you.
Man, likewise, man. All praise due to Allah. Thank you for sharing that. Man, the brother said something powerful. He said that he had to change or go by a different name to feel comfortable, and they always are walking comfortable. And it's crazy how they've only been here 6,000 years. They are babies on the planet. We are truly the mothers and fathers of civilization, and we have to kind of walk around on eggshells. Even when we in the elevator or you're somewhere around white folks, you don't say white folk. We point to the, Brother Matter said, we point to the back of our hand. We point to the white wall. I've even seen us whenever we saying black people amongst them. Now, I don't know if y'all ever seen this. It trips me out. We do this here. See, because when we helping out, when we helping out black people, ain't what we whispering for. So minister said, when we come into the knowledge of ourselves, it's the knowledge of self that increases the love for self. And the love for self increases the respect for self. So we become confident. We become thankful. People used to talk about my nose when I was younger. Now I wouldn't. I was one of those who gonna score back on you, so it didn't affect me. But they used to talk about my nose and my lips growing up. And it didn't bother me then, but sure don't bother me now once I came into the knowledge of, hey, this is the original man nose. You actually got the skinny nose. Now what? You see what I'm saying? So when you come into that knowledge, it give you, shoot, man, I know who I am now. These big old lips. Yes, sir. This is original man lips. This original man broad nose. Yeah. Yeah, they shot the nose off the statues back in for a reason. So when you come into the knowledge, and that's why these teachers is so important, it gives us the confidence, and we know who we really are. He said, the minister said, you're not black because you curse. You black because you first. Real mother and father of civilization. So now I walk proudly now. I'm proud not to say they names now. X, that's the name. Even sign it on my signature, X. So coming to that knowledge, man, is man, it's important. Agent 2020. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, black man. Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
You spoke on that. Ever since I've been having knowledge of self, I've been walking kind of heavy. And it seems to bother some people around me when I do, but I tell them, I know who I am now. When I didn't know who I was, I played the background. I was a lot more observant. But now that I know who I am, just like the sister said, I walk with my shoulders up, I walk with my head up because I'm proud of who I am. I used to get talked about because of my complexion more than anything. Being a dark-skinned brother, you know, sometimes you get ostracized in certain areas. And now that I know that that's all original, I'm proud of who I am, not being prideful, but I'm comfortable in my skin now. You know, there was a time I wasn't, but I'm comfortable in my skin now. Just like you said earlier, you know what I'm saying, about the features and everything. These are original man features. Also, when the minister spoke on forgiveness, to have a heart like that, but like you said, that forgiveness comes with responsibility. It comes with atonement. It comes with it comes with atonement and responsibility as well. You know, so you do have to be that responsible individual and be man enough to say, I did make them, you know, I apologize and this is what I want to do, you know, and at the same time, anybody outside of us should be willing to do that, especially if they want to have anything to do with us in that sense. But yeah, that was very powerful. I don't have enough words to say right now. I get kind of at just how much he loves us and our people. You know, sometimes I can't form the right words that I want to say, but I just want to say thank you for everything you've done as well. I love you for everything you've done, brother. I've been following you since day one. From those videos you used to do in the car, and those videos you used to do in the house in that one room, that boom. I love that. That's a testimony in itself. That, hey, I commend you, brother. Salute. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Man, thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Love y'all
Sir.
as well. Next we got brother Brother Julius.
Yes, sir. Blessings. This sermon really hit home for me because I found out a couple of years ago I am native to Seminole Nation. And I did not know it was so much racism inside the nation of Seminole. So right now, they're outcasting the Black Seminoles. We can't get any benefits or anything to help us to move forward in life. Now we've been denied everything from basic health care to grants, loans, and for you to play this on this day is really hit home for me. I just want to say I thank you for it.
Praise be to Allah. Man, I just noticed something on my audio. Did the minister sound like he was echoing a little bit?
He was cutting out a little bit.
Because I look back at the video, I noticed I have two audios on, so he probably was doubling. Hopefully he wasn't, but I looked at the other video on YouTube the other day, and it kind of was like a double. But, man, I thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. Next, we have Ansar. Sister Ansar.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Shukran. This was a beautiful speech this morning. And I should say teach, because it's not really a speech, it's a teach. If we take this, it's not a story we heard like you heard with everybody that responded. It's a truth. What we gonna do? Black man, what y'all gonna do? What we gonna do? What us gonna do? We are the original. I've always asked that question. How we first and we paying somebody else for our stuff? How somebody even come up on this land and that's like me coming where y'all at right now. And I just draw me a line out. I just show up. Y'all already been there doing the work. I'm going to show up. I'm going to come draw me a line out and say, well, this is your property line. And basically that's what happened. And the minister was on point for, they tout forgiveness, but they haven't done it themselves. They haven't sought it. They have not repented. They continue. Any vantage hole, as you hear with these homes and whole lands. I was just reading, I believe it was yesterday, about a family that had in South Carolina had 140 acres. And this is stories that echo everywhere. Truth, correction, that echo everywhere. Had 140 acres and white folks came up on their land and took it from them. Then they start posing as $5 Indians. They took that from us. Oh, you're not no Indian, you black or you Negro or whatever they made up for us in this strange language that we speak in this strange land. Strange, why? Because it's been made strange to us because they killed off our chiefs. When you look into what happened to the original people who was here, they acted like friends. And then they turned enemy. Oh, come over here and help us fight so-and-so. And while you over there swinging on so-and-so, they swinging on you. Took all our chiefs out. Then came back, like you said, the woman is the prize down to this day. She owned the land. She chose the chiefs. She chose who would represent her tribe, her clan. And if he wasn't on his job, she replaced him, or they all were considered forbidden or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we got to wake up. I love the fire you guys have in this young generation. All praises be to Allah, Master Muhammad. It's a continuous, because this has been going on for a minute. And to continue that and to inspire others, y'all internalize this, exercise this like you're doing. Know who you are, but then you also got to know the tricks, because spelling put spells on us. Locked our minds down. Continue to listen, continue to learn, continue to apply it to yourself however it shall fit in. And then let's grow. And let's take back what's ours. Assalamu alaikum. Both.
Alaikum salam. Thank you for sharing, sister.
Yes, sir.
Brother Anthony. Brother Anthony, you still there? Anthony iPhone, I think. All right. So I thank you all for tuning in this morning. We will be back tomorrow morning. God willing, 6 a.m. Central Time. I will send out the text message to everyone. Also, those of you all who are on this Zoom and you're in the Telegram, don't forget, we got that power Telegram there for you all to network, for you all to connect. Anything that you all would like to, do and collaborate on. That's what that power group is for. We bringing people all over the world who are striving to improve themselves mentally, spiritually, financially, whatever, just whatever. So you got like-minded people inside of that Telegram that you can dialogue and, communicate with. If you all would like to support the program, support the show, you guys can donate via Cash App, listening on Facebook and YouTube or wherever else. $ Brother Ben X is the Cash App. Also on my YouTube, I've helped you all out by putting together a playlist. So if you go to my Brother Ben X playlist and you go to, it's called the Power Call playlist. It literally gives you every episode that we do in the morning. So if you guys get up or you don't get up and you say, man, I missed it, you can go to the YouTube playlist and you can look at every one. I'm labeling them by episode. So today, makes episode 7. I just got to find some time to do it because, again, I'm doing everything myself. I have to upload it to the podcast. I want you guys, if you're driving, if you're cleaning up your house, if you're doing something, I want you all to be able to, if you got your podcast app, you can just tune in and listen to the audio version of this as well. So I'll be uploading those in episodes as well. And once I complete that, I'll send that out to you all. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for coming on today at 11 versus 6 a.m. And inshallah, we'll be back on schedule 6 a.m. in the morning. Assalamu alaikum. And